I have to tell you, there's no better feeling than to learn how to decide for yourself again. To stop people-pleasing, to stop overthinking every choice you make. Your body always knows before your mind does. Have you ever noticed that? The flutter in your stomach, the tightening in your chest, all those sensations that tell you whether something is right or wrong before you can even explain why. We often think the decision-making is rooted in logic, but most of the time our body has already decided and we just learned how to stop listening. So if you've been stuck in freeze, fawning, or second-guessing every choice you make, this video is for you. And let's talk about what it really means to trust your body again and make decisions that feels aligned, grounded, and true to you. Everybody is talking about scarcity, but I think that the privilege of our time is abundance. But abundance of choices and opportunities also brings overwhelm. A lot of distractions, overstimulation, and a dysregulated nervous system that toggles between doing too much and shutting down completely. It's overwhelm disguised as indecision. And that's when we lose trust in our inner signals. All of that keeps us stuck in the void. And if you're interested how to navigate the void, I also have a video about that. And in my No BS, How to Get What You Want episode, I was mentioning that no matter how logical we try to be, we end up making decisions based on our emotions. And where do emotions live? In the body. And that's why we say, trust your gut or follow your heart. So today I'll share with you a few ways how to rebuild that trust again, so that when your body gives you a signal, you can actually hear it, follow up on it, and act on it with confidence. Because your body's intelligence is ancient and profound, way beyond the reasoning of the mind. And the reason why I'm filming this video is because I've been there too, stuck in freeze, fawning, and unable to make a decision. And I have to tell you, there's no better feeling than to learn how to decide for yourself again. To stop people-pleasing, to stop overthinking every choice you make. To take responsibility for your life and live from a place of calm knowing. And let's explore how. If what I just described seems familiar to you and you're often unsure what is right or wrong and you just cannot decide, I highly recommend to start with EFT, so-called emotional freedom technique, and also known as tapping. This practice has genuinely changed my life. And here's why it works. Tapping sends calming signals to your brain and to the areas that manage stress, so it's helping your nervous system to settle. It's not only a quick relief, despite it can be, it rebuilds the mind-body connection again. You are physically tapping the body while speaking your truth, rewiring your system for safety. And so even if you previously internalized a lie, for example, someone called you stupid, you can again get back to the truth that is rooted in you, that this is a nonsense, and you can speak out your truth while being rooted in your body. You can simply flip any script and realign with what feels true to you. Science has shown that this practice helps to lower cortisol and manage stress, and so you can address with it any topic that triggers anxiety in you. And I can continue talking about it for too long, but for today we also have some other recommendations. So if you already have experience with EFT, let me know in the comments down below because I'd love to discuss it with you. When we are in freeze or fawn, we disconnect from our bodies. We are out there, but we are not in here. The key is to gently return and to kind of re-inhabit ourselves. And you can start simple. You probably already heard that, like try intuitive movement, do a few deep breaths, or extend your exhales, do a short body scan. But if you've been ignoring your body for too long, these might feel as if not enough or as if too easy it can't work. That's why I want to recommend you something sustainable, which really helped me a lot, and that's to learn how to build introceptive awareness. The ability to notice what's happening inside of you. And what does that mean? It's learning to recognize sensations, such as your heartbeat, or the warmth in your body, or certain body parts, quality of your breath, or any tension. Then labeling them neutrally, such as pressure, or tingling, softness. Basically becoming your own witness again. From there, you can intentionally create safety by very simple somatic practices. Feel your feet on the floor when you need to ground yourself. Slow your exhales to regulate when you feel unease. Or unclench your jaw when you feel that there's a tension in your body. When I first started to notice that I'm in freeze, because when you are in freeze, you also maybe cannot name it, but when I could really feel it and acknowledge it, I was checking in with my heartbeat. And I realized it's the same calm, steady heartbeat. It's just my mind that is trying me to convince that I'm in danger. And as my mind was replaying the old responses, my body started to react. And this realization changed everything. Because once you know what's happening inside of you, it's so easy to actually respond to what's happening outside of you. And then if someone raises their voice, you can stay grounded instead of collapsing into, why can't I speak up? What's happening? You know what I mean? And once you're grounded, decision making becomes more natural. When you know your body and you understand its cues, you can make choices strategically. And as a result, you won't let yourself overschedule and overcommit and people please and doubt yourself. You will see that the old habits that were caused by anxiety are slowly disappearing. Because by the cues that your body is giving you, you will be able to follow its natural rhythms. We all have them. And you might not schedule a big presentation or a date on your last day of your luteal phase, if you know what I'm talking about. But even if you learn more about your body and you start to make aligned decisions and you do all the tapping and everything, you might still have the tendency to fall into the well-known trap, and that's fawning. That's where you try to keep everybody happy, making sure that nobody is upset, keeping the peace for everybody's sake, just not yours. It feels like a resolution, but it's actually avoidance. You are avoiding your own well-being while making sure that everybody else is happy. And when you stop people-pleasing, it can feel uncomfortable and kind of counterintuitive, because all you knew until that moment was to suppress. Your body associated calm with compliance, but true calm comes from safety, not suppression. So it takes courage to listen to yourself and override the well-known patterns, but trust me, it's so worth it. And once you rebuild that trust, you can ask your body for guidance. Whenever you will be facing a decision, you can always ask yourself, does this feel like a yes or no? Be patient and listen to your body, because obviously your mind will have something to say. It always has something to say. But the decision of your body will appear as a feeling. Just take a moment now and think of the last time when you felt drawn to something, like really that something was for you, that it was meant to be. How did it feel in your body? How does yes feels in your body? And let me know in the comments down below which cue do you notice as first. For me, it always appears as some kind of a feeling, like a tension above my stomach. When something is really for me, I just know and it appears there. And same when it is a no. When it is a no, it's just like a punch above my stomach, and I just know that I should not be doing the thing. And just to tell you, this feeling is not always instant, but it's always timely. Just as I spoke about the EFT meditations, when I started to practice them, it was not that everything would change instantly. But in the time, I felt how I'm building confidence, how everything is changing for the better, how my body is really rewiring and rewriting the old patterns, and how my external life is changing based on that. Your body just knows before the logic can even catch up. And the real work is learning how to interpret the signals instead of dismissing them with logic. Another beautiful way to reconnect with your body is through memory weaving. And here's how. Choose a neutral or a pleasant memory, let's say a walk in a park, and recall it through your body's perspective. Describe it like this. I felt the sun on my face. My right cheek started to get real warm. I smelled the freshly cut grass, or I smelled the earth after the rain. This practice trains your brain to integrate sensory awareness, and it helps you stay present. It builds the bridge between your mind and your body, a bridge that trauma or disconnection weakens. And my final recommendation for today is connect with your subconscious through your dreams. Once I started dream journaling, the journey just got incredible. Like, I could have seen this patterns and signals and messages that my subconscious is actually trying to tell me the whole time. So it can really mean that your body is trying to tell you something, that it's trying to bring it from the unconscious for you to see it and finally, realize it, release it, work with it, just for you to finally notice. So even when dreams seem chaotic and as a complete nonsense, they can carry emotional truth. So write them down, and instead of trying to interpret them with logic, you can ask questions such as, what emotion does this image awake? Or how did I feel after waking up from this dream? Over time, and this can be really a short period of time if you will do it every day or every time you remember the dream, you will see that patterns emerge or signals, sensations, just those pieces of your truth that are still waiting to be acknowledged. And again, this is just a tool for you to start honoring your inner world so your outer world can become a reflection of it. And it will be much clearer, softer, and here we go, your decisions will be more aligned. I hope this video helped you see how returning to your body is not all about being calm and spiritual, but it's also about gaining clarity, confidence, and living your highest potential. Because when you trust your body, you no longer need to chase the answers. They rise naturally from within. So until next time, stay safe and spread love.